Hello, friends, and welcome to another Capitalize Your Best podcast where we help you capitalize on what you do best to grow your revenue. My name is Gordon Duncan. I'm the owner of Capitalize Marketing and Consulting, and our background and scenario and our location are a little bit different today. When I record my podcast, I do something a little bit different than other podcasters. I love watching how each podcaster does their thing, right? Some have just an immaculate studio that's just set and it's a luxury. And there was about a good 2 year period there where I had a studio and a producer and loved it. I know there's some other podcasters, for instance, Chris Jericho, the wrestler, has a huge podcast. He just carries around his gear in his bag, and then he just sets up and records wherever he is. I'm a bit like that, though I don't carry my equipment in a bag. A lot of times, my this is going to hurt podcast is set in the basement downstairs, and I have fallen into a pattern of the Capitalize Your Best podcast being recorded at my out of the box co-working space. But today, I'm in neither of those, so you're just going to get a blurred background because it's really important I keep to the schedule and get the podcast out. And I think that's part of it. For me, the consistency is very important. And so that's why I'm just going to record where I can typically. So thank you. That is the explanation of why I'm at today. The lighting's a little bit different, but I do my best to present a podcast that has the highest quality possible. So maybe one day we'll get back into a studio, but right now the important thing for me is to get the podcast out. Now, a couple things coming up on August 26th. August 26th in Fredericksburg, I'm holding our third Capitalized Marketing Lab. The Capitalized Marketing Lab is a practical workshop where in the first hour, I'll give a seminar teaching on social media marketing strategies. And in the second hour, we actually work with the clients to solve their marketing problems in real time. Because of that, we limit that Capitalized Marketing Lab to just 8 people. And so we do that at the out of the box co working space that's in the Silver Collection across from the Fred Nat Stadium. So if you're Fredericksburg local, that's the easy way to find it. It's just across the street from the Fred Nat Stadium in the conference room. It's a great setup. We've had 2 of these Capitalized Marketing Labs. We launched them in the middle of summer, which was crazy. But this one I'm really going to invite you to. This one is about lead driven social media. Lead driven social media. So if you are in sales or you have a sales team, this is the one you want to come to because I'm going to teach you how to gain leads through your social media. And that is what's really important here for this emphasis is that if you're in sales, we're not just getting numbers, likes, and comments, we're looking to get leads. I've done seminars similar to this, a little bit real estate agents. But this one is super practical. It's going to show you how we built Capitalize from the ground up, from zero to where we are now, especially the tools we used in that first year. So if you're interested in that, head over to my Facebook page or head over to the LinkedIn page. You'll find me, Gordon Duncan. You can go to the Capitalize Marketing page as well. And we're using just a simple Facebook event for this page, for this event, for this reason. It's back to school, so we're not charging anything. Usually the Cap Lab is $30 or $31. It's free for back to school. So head on over there. I'll put the link in the show notes. Now, today, how in the world do you create a consistent posting schedule for your social media? I'm going to make a couple of assumptions here, okay? I'm going to assume you have content that you're going to schedule ahead of time, and then you're going to do live posting on top of that, okay? That's the most effective way, is that you have content you're going to schedule ahead of time. That means you've got to create it ahead of time, and then you're going to post on top of that. And so my goal each and every week is that every single business platform that I have has at least 2 posts scheduled every single day for the entire week. And so that means that on the Capitalized Marketing Facebook page, I've got a morning and afternoon post. And then on Instagram, I've got a morning and afternoon post. And over on the TikTok, I've got a morning and afternoon post. On LinkedIn, I have morning and afternoon posts for me personally and the business page. I want all that scheduled for the week ahead of time. And so people are like, well, when do I post? I'm like, well, you should have a base of content created. And if you're like, I don't have that much content created, do not worry. Here's the key. You're creating content month after month. You should organize it in such a way so that you can go back and repurpose it. You should be creating expertise content in your area, saving it, and then repurposing it. For example, I've got, I don't know, 120 marketing videos that I had professionally created with content. And then I go and I repurpose those over and over and over again. That gives me about a 3 month cycle where I'm rotating through them. And I'm posting those morning and afternoon on all of those platforms to start the week. And that's my goal for you, is to have that scheduled. So you're like, well, how much content do I need to do? Well, you need to have a morning and afternoon post scheduled to start the week. So for example, I'm going to say it again, on my Facebook capitalized marketing page, I've got a morning and afternoon post scheduled. Over on Instagram, morning and afternoon post scheduled. Over on TikTok, morning and afternoon posts. And on LinkedIn, I go wide. On my personal page, I schedule morning and afternoon, and do the same for the capitalized business page. Those are set. So I'm going into the week, and that doesn't even talk about the pages or the groups that I'm scheduling in, because I'm also scheduling in 3 or 4 groups as well. But right now, we're just going to talk about those profiles. Okay. So that means I'm set as the week starts. All of that content, right? And some of it is duplicate, some of it's not the same. Okay. Then what I do is then I am posting in between as it goes, and I'm making sure that my personal page has a morning and afternoon. So here's what I mean. I'm going to post, I record a video every single morning that has marketing tips. That's also going to go on my business pages, capitalized marketing. I'm going to try to make sure there's some space in there. So I'm going to record that at 7 o'clock, 7:15, and then I'm going to get that out and make sure. So that means that typically there's 3 posts going out on the business pages as well. Over my personal page, I'm trying to get morning and afternoon every single day. You can schedule those through your phone if you're a digital creator and Facebook personally. I'm just not a fan of that. It's a pain in the butt to me. And so I'm typically recording them as they go, but sometimes I do. So that means on my personal page, I'm also getting those 14 posts a week minimum. I discovered something the other day, is that I'm going to bed at 9:30 and the world is still up and on their phone, and I don't have any live content coming out. So the other day, I just said evening question, and I asked a question on my personal Facebook page, and I woke up and there were 5, 7, 8 comments on it. I'm going to respond to all of them. And so that's going to be a new thing I'm doing. And so that way, when I'm sleeping, my content's working for me as well. But then you can imagine that. You probably don't have as many pages as we do. But even if you have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, then you've got business pages for them, and then you've got your personal pages, and you have a chance then at that point in time to get 100 and some posts going per week. So I want us to get outside of the idea of like, when should I be posting? You should be posting morning and afternoon, and then you should be putting content on top of that. Here's the only caveat. If you have a post that continues to be rocking and rolling, don't post on top of that on your personal page. Don't do that. If I post at 9 a.m. and that content takes off and I'm commenting and it's going and going, I'm not going to fight with it. But if that post is not getting much churn or much interaction, then it's time to post on top. And so that way you can create a momentum where people see you everywhere. And ultimately, what that's going to do, if you're being the industry expert that you are, you're going to grow by doing that. So, guys, that's what I wanted to share for you. That's where you want to get to. When you create content, think of the whole idea is I'm creating content, I'm going to organize it so then I can reshare it later. And that way you can build up that base like we have. So that means you got to create some evergreen topics, evergreen content where you're sharing and is going out, and you can use it over and over again. So if this is helpful, let me know. Please, guys, come to our Capitalized Marketing Lab lead driven social media, August 26th. Out of the box conference room from 2 to 4 p.m. I hope to see you there. Registration is in the links, and I will see you again next week. Thanks so much, friends. Appreciate you.